Hi again, welcome back to Fernbus with Basic Economy. So last time we completed Vienna back to München, and it occurred to me that there might be passengers who want to go Salzburg, Linz or Graz. So what I thought we'd do is do München to Graz as route 13, and then 14 will be München to Salzburg and Linz. So let's get München to Graz sorted out first. So in our definitions we want München to Graz, which is 424 kilometres. Okay, 424. Okay, ticket rate will be I think 38.99 and 45.49. So they get the discount if they buy in advance. That's fine. So route 13. So we're building up quite a route database as we're going here. Okay, München to Graz. So the time is 4 hours 48 and 424 kilometres. I think that'll be just long enough to need a rest stop. I think I said 38.99 and 45.49, didn't I? Yes, I did. That's fine. So that's okay. Okay, that's pulled in the ticket rates there. Check the routes list. Okay, München to Graz, that's fine. What day shall we run it on? Monday to Friday will be fine. That's okay. Okay, so we should be set up ready to go. So anybody who's bought the ticket in advance will be 38.99. Anybody buying it now will be 45.49. We need to check if there is a rest stop needed, and if there is, where we can do it. There's one down there, so that would be okay. If there's a rest stop needed, we can do it down there. Okay. Right. So we'll be starting in the bus station at München. It's over 4 hours, so I think it will need a rest stop. I think that's how it works, 4 hours. Just wait for it to load. Shouldn't be too long, hopefully. Not been to Graz before, don't know what this road's like. Looked a bit windy in places, that might be quite interesting. Oh, it's tipping it down. Oh! Come on. Okay. So, major thunderstorm. Okay, 13 to Graz, that's right. Let's set up the clearances. Okay. Put the lights on. Put the wipers on. Okay, now I'm just going to log into the smartphone. Yeah, there's a rest stop needed by 2 o'clock. That doesn't surprise me, that's fine. So we'll be able to make that stop because we saw that on the map, so that's okay. So let's go down and get some passengers. Less than ideal weather, but there you go. Hopefully it'll improve on the way. some point we need to set up some night routes as well. So we really ought to have some routes at night, but try and get the basic connections done first, and then we'll set up some separate night ones running through a few major towns or something. Don't need every route running at night, but sort of just some major connections, I think. Less than ideal weather. Idea it's a storm. I mean, it could easily move away, or it could move with us. Let's hope it goes the other way and things brighten up. It's like there's blue sky about, but a thunderstorm. Under this bridge, it's like a covered walkway, goes over the top of it. Not sure quite what is going under, but just about to see the traffic light, that will do. As long as I can see it goes green, that's the main thing. Changing now, there we go. And the bus station's just here. Should be pretty familiar with it by now. This being our major southern hub, so we're going to be spending a fair amount of time coming back here, as we will with all the hubs. I don't know if those buses ever change, like if they ever move, or if the same buses are always sitting in the same places. Looks to me like they're always the same, to be honest. One in front of us is Erfurt to Kassel, €9. Okay, so let's check in the passengers. All we need to remember is, did they have the ticket or did they buy one? Is anybody buying a ticket? Can't see anyone. We'll see.
Guten Tag, fahren Sie in meine Richtung?
Okay, Mats Vogler. Yep, number one. Thank you.
Hallo, bitte sehr.
Halle? No, we're not going to Halle.
Och nö.
Och, no. Sorry.
Grüezi, hier ist mein Ticket. Danke sehr.
That's 2. Young lady.
Sie wollen bestimmt mein
Yes.
Ticket sehen.
Alma. That's 3.
Mahlzeit, hier mein Ticket.
Jewelry. That's 4. Got this lady.
Mein Ticket.
Yana. Yep, that's 5.
Mahlzeit, bitte sehr.
Samantha. That's 6.
Hallo, hier ist mein Ticket.
7.
Danke sehr.
Salut, das Ticket. Bitteschön.
Salute. You don't seem to be on the list. But he's on there. So that's 8.
Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket sehen.
9.
Grüezi, mein Ticket.
Paddleball. No, we're not going
Dann
paddleball.
habe ich das falsche Ticket gebucht. Ciao, das Ticket. Bitteschön.
Christoph will be 10.
Danke sehr.
Quite a storm.
Salut, fahren Sie in meine
No, we're not going Berlin.
Ups.
We've done 11 so far, I
Das
think.
Ticket.
He
Bitteschön.
should be number 12. Okay, so I reckon we've got 12. We'll check that on the bus in a minute. And nobody buying a ticket. Let's have a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Okay. So we can complete the spreadsheet with 12 who've had tickets and 0 bought them. That'll make us 129 euros, so that's fine. 9 is normally about break even, as I say, so 12 we know we should be making a profit, so that's okay. Oh, I didn't skip time, did I? Just skip time. We should be ready to go. And hopefully this weather's going to improve. Oh, I thought that bus was moving then. Be interested if you saw other buses pull out. You don't ever seem to move. Never seen any other buses coming in either. You thought at the bus station you would see buses coming in and going out, but you see them on the road quite a lot. There were some loud claps of thunder while I was checking those people in. Quite a storm. Still, let's get out of here. Back under the bridge. So we need to remember a rest stop, but we certainly saw there's one available, getting quite close to Graz, so that will be okay. So I've not driven to Graz before, so I don't know what this is going to be like. Don't know if it's motorway all the way or got some more minor roads, got no idea. Graz is a fairly major city, so I thought it'd be motorways. Germany and Austria seems to have pretty good road connections from what I can make of things. Pretty good motorway network. Oh, it's never much fun driving in the rain. Always nicer on a nice sunny day when you could admire the scenery more. But there you go. We haven't yet invented the technology to control the weather, unfortunately. It'd be nice if we did. Make sure it only rained at night so you don't get wet when you go out and stuff like that. Mind you, some people work at night, so it still wouldn't be great for everybody, would it? Ah, rain is stopping. Look at that. Storm has moved away. I thought it might. It's the nature of thunderstorms. I mean, they move around here, there and everywhere, don't they? They're rarely in one place very long. Okay, on to the motorway. Let's look at its sunshine now. To admire the lovely trees and the mountains in the background. I didn't know you had views of mountains this close to München, but clearly you do. Okay, so Salzburg, Innsbruck, Rosenheim. Don't know where Rosenheim is. But somewhere there should be a Graz turning. Because we're definitely turning off that road that we were on when we went through to Vienna. There's no doubt about that. So there's got to be a turning somewhere. Be a fair way down, I think, though. Probably a good hour's drive before we hit the turn, I think. Hour game time, not real time. So it shouldn't take us too long. Flicks past the other side of the road. Roadworks. I'd forgotten about the roadworks. They weren't very long, were they? So Make sure I don't go over 60 and we'll be fine. Don't know why you're bothering to change lane in the middle of the roadworks. I think you could have sat there until you got just to here at the end and then change lane if you really wanted to, but there you go. It's not like there was anything behind you, but whatever. Right, on we go. I didn't see how many potential rest stops there were in terms of how many potential police stops there are, but we'll see what we get. Coming up on a petrol station now. So I've given you the 2 tips about resting if there's no rest areas. You can get away with it just at a petrol station or when you complete your stop. You do have to check everybody in and have fully completed the stop before, when you then start the ride, it will then come up, take a break, and you can then get back out of the bus and rest as you saw. So both of those tricks work usually. I think as long as you're close enough to the time when the rest stop is needed. So if it's 2 o'clock, I think you've got to be after 1 o'clock. And if you're much before 1 o'clock, I don't think the take a break option comes up. I think that's how it works. Not 100% on that, but you just try it and see. I mean, if it works, great. It's one way to get a rest even if there's not actually a rest stop available. Now, is this junction down here going to go Graz, I wonder? No sign of Graz being mentioned on the signs. Ah, Graz, straight on. So let's move out a bit. Okay, so that wasn't the term for Graz, it's further down somewhere. So I'm not familiar with this route, so gonna have to work it out as we go. Hopefully make sure I stay on the route. Don't lose a load of time by taking a wrong turn, because that will screw your timetable completely. Though we were lucky with that one going back to Earthworks, there was another turning, but if there's not, you end up having to do 50 kilometres before you find a way to turn around. 50 kilometres back, that can lose you a load of time. It's amazingly easy to do, to take a wrong turn as well, especially if you don't know the route. The life of a bus driver, I suppose. Got to know your routes. And if you drive them every day, you do know them, don't you? Okay, Vienna, Linz and Salzburg. We know they're all down here. Coming up on a rest stop area now. Don't see a police check yet. You normally see that red symbol from quite a long way away. And if you keep your eyes open for that, as soon as you know there's a rest stop coming, you can think, ah, is there or is there not a police stop down here? This one, the rest stop on this side of the road, is actually further down, so we may not even have seen it yet if there is one. this hill. Oh, Fernbus lagging a little bit. Come on. You don't normally do this. It's better. Very strange. It doesn't normally lag at all. It's normally extremely good. I normally get really good frame rates and no lagging whatsoever, but for some reason it did then. You never know if there's some Windows background process running that you're not really aware of. Loads of things run in the background in Windows. If something's running doing something, then that could take a bit of CPU power and cause it to lag, I guess. But it is pretty darn rare in Fernbus, I have to say. When it first came out, it was more of an issue, but they have optimised it really well. Okay, so it looks like we've got to go off here. According to the sat-nav, although the signs say Graz is straight on. But the sat-nav says go round here. So that's what I'll do. But I assume it's right. That's the route it's telling me to go. Nice scenery in the mountains. But I need to keep an eye on this route because I'm sure that said Graz was straight on. The distance to Graz on the sat-nav is definitely going down, which means we're getting closer to it, so at least that suggests we're heading in the right direction. So maybe there's just another turning further on or something that goes to Graz. Who knows? Coming up on another rest stop here, but it's really too early yet. There was one much closer to Graz. Interestingly, the sat-nav says the limit is still 100 through here. I find a bit strange, but there you go. Okay, well, a very rocky hill in front of us. What's that guy doing? Right, okay. Limit, that's not a problem. We're only doing 60 and it's uphill. Oh, cows. Cows by the road. Didn't hear any mooing, but there were cows. like these rocks. Very nice. Okay, so is Gratz in the mountains? Don't know. No idea. Are we going to end up having to go steeply uphill to get to Gratz? I don't know. It's possible. Are we still going the right way? I have no idea. I sincerely hope so. As far as I know, I've followed the route correctly, so I can only assume we're going the right way. I don't think time, in terms of being on time, is a great issue at the moment. I'd just sort of like to see a signpost that says I'm heading for Gratz. That would make me feel a lot better right now. Signpost that said I was heading for anywhere would make me feel a little bit better, because I haven't seen one in quite a time. You'd have thought a fairly major road like this would have some signposts saying where you're going. You can't exactly pull over and ask a policeman, excuse me, is this a road to Gratz? And if you could do that in a police stop, oh, here comes the rain again. We've caught up with the storm probably, and no sign of Gratz on the signposts. This is not good news. Though the distance to Gratz is still going down. I'm really not sure if I should be concerned that I'm on the wrong road. I don't think I am. The fact that we seem to have caught up with that thunderstorm isn't really helping a vast amount, I've got to say. I thought we got away from it, but clearly not. Assuming it's the same storm, but... Any sign of Gratz? Linz. Ooh, I need to see a signpost to Gratz. I really do, that would make me feel much better. Suppose I could hit M and look at the map, but... The sat-nav still says we're getting closer to Gratz, so... What can you do? Follow the route, really. I'm pretty sure I followed the sat-nav correctly. Is the rain slowing up? What's this signpost say? Any mention of Gratz? Aha! Graz. Result. We're going off here onto the road that goes Graz and Regensburg, so that looks about right. A bit of lagging going on again. Maybe it's something about this route. Right now I'm fairly confident I'm on the road to Graz. So now, if I can find another rest area, it will do. If I see a petrol station without a rest area, I'm going to pull in there. Anywhere I can stop to rest now, I'm going to do it. That's what I reckon. We'll find one first. Graz. Well, at least we know we're heading the right way. We've still got an hour and 20 minutes before 2 o'clock when the rest has to be completed, or should be completed. I like the mountains. Wonder if Graz is in the mountains. Or is it in a valley between them, one wonders. Well, it's certainly going down at the moment. Oh, cool tunnel. Very nice. Bit better lit than the average tunnel we've seen. Alright. Squeaking of the wiper is going to drive me crackers. Put up with it once in a while on the intermittent setting, but constantly it would drive you mad. So this is a long tunnel. This is a very long tunnel. Must be going under those mountains, one assumes. Wow, this is a long tunnel. No end in sight yet either. Yeah, anyone's claustrophobic, this is not great. Been in here for this long. It's quite. It's not the widest thing in the world. That ceiling seems pretty low. I think we're getting. No, that's still not the end of it, is it? I was going to say I think that's the end of it, but no, it's not. This is one long tunnel. This must have took some building. My word. No overtaking. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea, but that guy just did. Aha, an end to the tunnel. Back into the pouring rain. Well, that was one long tunnel. And we're still coming into the mountains, so I'm still thinking Graz is in the mountains, or a valley between them. Just after 1 o'clock now, so a rest area anytime soon would be pretty good, and it's another tunnel. Is this going to be ridiculously long as well, I wonder? Or is this a little baby one? We will see. wipers on intermittent before we get that squeaking too much. This one's looking to be pretty long at the moment as well. Oh, they like some long tunnels, don't they? It's quite a feat of engineering to cut these tunnels through these mountains, if that's what they did. I mean, they're not short tunnels. It's taken some work to build these. They're saying Rome wasn't built in a day, neither was this tunnel, I can tell you. These would have taken a while. If I'm not mistaken, the road we're on is the A9. I think that's what the signpost said. So these tunnels are on the A9. And impressive they are too. You wouldn't want to break down in the middle of one of these, but one assumes there's emergency phones. Really wouldn't want to get stuck down here. Coming out again, back into the open air and into the rain. And I think we're coming up on a rest stop. This road surprised me and changed to single carriageway. I wasn't expecting that. I do like this route with the mountains. I think this is quite nice actually. Oh, that's the services. Oh. Yeah, I need to get off here. Sorry, people. What is this? So where is the entrance exactly? Ah, I can see what's going on. Sorry, people, I won't be a minute. Let me just get back there. I missed the entrance. Sorry. Thank you. Dankeschön. Danke, danke. Okay, so there is a rest stop here somewhere. So it would appear I've got to go in here. Well, the sat-nav seems to say I'm still on the road, not in the rest stop. Oh dear. Well, in that case, we may end up not resting. Oh, hang on. There's a... Oh! I'm not sure I'm supposed to be going in here, but I'm going to. Well, sort of found the rest stop, but I think I'm going the wrong way. So I think I've got to reverse into this. because I don't think I've done that right at all. Well, I made a bit of a pig's ear of that, but then I did say I didn't know the route. Fact right. Okay, not quite sure what that means, but well, that should do us. Okay, so open the doors, turn the engine off. Has the rain stopped? Yeah, seems like it has. Okay, check the passengers now. Twelve of 12. There we go. So we can say that they are checked. Okay, rest stop out of the way. Grats it is. Ah, shift the gear into neutral position. I thought I had. Okay. Clearly I hadn't. But I thought I had. Okay. Right, now I think I've got to go left because it appeared that when I came down there it wanted me going this way. That's how it appeared. Maybe this in fact leads back to the main road or something. Well, let's just follow it around and see what happens. It's a nice drive, I've got to say. I do like this drive, but a bit weird getting into those services. But we did it. Eventually, it was a bit of reversing and tinkering around, but we did it. We should have enough time to get there on time. A bit over an hour to do 80 odd kilometres, so that shouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility. Yeah, getting out of here could be a bit interesting, to say the least. Maybe if I edge forward a bit, one of them will let me go, like him. You let me go? Thank you, sir. Thank you, schön. Mein Herr, all that stuff. Lovely, that got us out of there. Right. Oh, look at this. This is nice. Oh yes, I like this. All it needs is some cows mooing and it would be perfect. If not cows mooing, the sheep baaing would be quite nice. Don't know if they have sheep. Oh, there's cows. Cows. We're going to get any moos? No. Don't think they wanted to talk to us. But this is very nice scenery, I've got to say. I like this a lot. This is the sort of drive I like a Euro truck. You can get into some roads that, you know, not major roads, like not motorways. You get onto the more minor roads and you get scenery like this. Makes the drive a lot more interesting. Some of the bends can be a bit iffy, but other than that, makes it all fun. This is very nice. We're going down again now, so it doesn't look like we are going up into the mountains to get to Graz. It looks like it must be down in a valley or something. More cows. No mooing. No, they don't want to moo. They're having a quiet time to themselves. Okay, so we've got about 50 kilometres to go and about 45 minutes to do it. Should be fine. Now this is seriously downhill. So we definitely ain't going up into no mountains unless we're going to suddenly do a very steep climb. Which isn't beyond the realms of possibility, but I would say unlikely. Because I think we're heading downwards. We're heading into this valley between these mountains, I think. I wonder how big Graz is. Don't think it's a big city. I don't think of it as being particularly big. I think it's a city though. I mean, I don't think it's a village or town. I mean, I think it's big enough to be classed as a city. I just don't think it's massive by any stretch, but we'll see. Oh, bit of lagging. Come on. Don't know what that was about. Maybe because it's drawing all these mountains. Maybe that's... Well, I've got a pretty new PC with a pretty up-to-date NVIDIA graphics card, and it's still struggling a little bit. We haven't had any police stops, have we? Amazing. Not complaining, just saying I'm surprised. Another one of these tunnels. I don't believe those people are doing 80. Because I'm just about touching 80 and they're going past me quite easily, so I don't think they're doing 80. He's a bastard, he's not doing 80. The overhead say 80, but the sat-nav says 100, so I think everybody's doing 100. I'm not worrying about what those overhead limits say. Clearly nobody takes any notice of them. It's nice to know, isn't it? I'm going to get over here because I suspect we're going to be turning off before too long. Like now. Are we going off here? No, we're not going off there. We're going to go straight on and across here. So we didn't turn off the road as such, we sort of followed the road, but it sort of did it itself, so it's quite a major intersection. Roads over the top of us and all sorts. Right, okay. We are very close to Graz. Extremely close. We're 7 kilometres away. So this must be Graz. One can only assume this is Graz. Indeed it is. Yeah, I would say small city. Nice. Looks alright to me. Large town stroke small city, I would think. Well, you probably deserve city status, I would have thought. I'm in a lane that's running out. Casino in front of us. I guess this is what you would call downtown Graz. We've got 15 minutes to do 3 kilometres. So if these lights change, I think we're in business. Come on guys, let's get through this change of the lights. It's not too much dawdling. The old horns are still blasting well. Come on, mate. So why is that guy in front who wants to go straight on not just going? What's stopping you from going, mate? Nothing. See, he's going now. It's weird how they sit and wait like that just because somebody's turning and they can't go. Why am I indicating? I don't need to be. He could have gone straight on quite easily. Oh, this is not ideal, is it? You want me to go in here? Seriously? Okay. What side is down here? Down here. It's in there. I'll make that blind you out. Handelsgruppe, I think that sign said on that place. Okay, we're here. Graz. What? We're too early? Well, we're not too early. We're early. By about 8 minutes. Which I wouldn't have said was too early. They can't believe their buses get them anywhere early. They obviously think they're always going to be late. Clearly not travelled with my company before because they know they'd always be on time, or, well, only once have we been late. Okay, so we'll log out, go to our spreadsheet, safely say we were on time, and let's check our summary, see how we're doing. €1,700 profit. So I think if I were to run a maybe night services, make them pretty cheap. Means they might run at a loss, but that might not be the end of the world. Because I doubt that many passengers would be getting on them at night anyway, so they probably would make a loss. And because we're making pretty good profits, we could probably afford to do a bit of that. Anyway, we will see. So that was München to Graz, and next it will be Graz back to München. So I will see you for that. Take care. Bye bye.